Atelier Resleriana is one of the latest Atelier games, and for some reason it's mainline, which is kind of confusing to me. Like, you have all these big console experiences, and then you're gonna make the next game in the series mainline? Like, how does that make any sense? Like, well, it is fun. It is definitely a downgrade. And, like, I have some experience with, like, mobile and gacha games, and depending on what they are, I can enjoy them. And specifically the ones where I'm just going to keep unlocking stuff. Like, you get achievements, like, pretty much every day for at least logging in, which is pretty nice. I got into the Atelier series somewhat recently, and I have been enjoying the games. More so the older ones than the newer ones. I did like most of the Arland games. The Dust games were my favorite. The serious games, I was mainly into Fierce. Ryza's Adventures, I was hooked on Ryza 2. 1 was just okay, and I kind of feel the same way about 3. Anyways, Ryza 3, I want to say this, it felt kind of like an offline MMO. Like, you got this big world, your destination's always marked, you're going off to those spots. It's pretty clear on what to do for the most part, and I did enjoy, like, how it was set up, and I liked how it was presented to the player and all that. But this made me think that maybe the next step would be, like, maybe make an actual Atelier MMO, or maybe a Genshin Impact knockoff or something like that. Because that would actually make a bit more sense than what they're doing with the current mobile game. Because the current mobile game is pretty much just, like, auto. Because, like, you could just set it to run by itself. Like, the exploration, there's, like, no proper 3D maps. It's pretty much just side-scrolling. You can either, like, control it and just pick stuff up when you want, or just have it go by itself until, like, cutscenes come up, and then you can control those. But, yeah, it's certainly interesting. And for the most part, I've enjoyed, like, building my characters. And, there are certain characters I've been wanting to get. It's definitely not for everyone, because I know a handful of people haven't been satisfied with it. Like, if you're not into those kinds of games, you probably wouldn't like it. And if you were expecting, like, a big, serious adventure, you're not really going to get, like, this big, fun, epic game, which, it would have been nice if it was a proper game, because more people probably would have been interested in it at that point. But it is a nice way to use up your time. Like, it's nothing I'm going to say is anything that amazing. The story, I'm not really that, I don't think it's that impressive, but I do like seeing all the characters interact with each other, and there are certain characters I would love to see show up at certain points. I'm not really sure how long this game's gonna go on for, but I'll definitely stick around. Yeah. And gameplay-wise, the synthesis system, because, like, these are alchemy games, like, it's different depending on the Atelier series you're in, because, like, Dusk had its own synthesis system, although it was different in the third one. The Arlen games have their own, the Mysterious games have their own. Ryza has her own synthesis system. This new game has a new one as well. And, what's interesting is, like, it goes back covering, like, the whole series, like, all of the characters, all the games are pretty much referenced, like, goes all the way back to the first few games, including the ones that were never localized. There's even, like, Atelier Iris and Monokemia stuff, which is pretty cool, because those games, like, don't really seem to be acknowledged that much from what I can tell, so it was nice to see them bring attention to them in the mobile game. So for the most part, it's just nice fan service. It's nothing I'd say is really necessary, so if you want to wait for a proper Atelier game, you're not really missing out on much. It's just a little distraction, that's it. Like, you play a bit a day and then do whatever the rest of the day. But I don't know. I don't even know what else to say. I'm just rambling at this point. So you know what? You can just go away and do whatever you want. I don't care.